Hello, Mamams!
Hello, Papams! Hello, mga Dokis!
Hello, Doki Bry!
Hello, Dr. Jean.
Okay, let's watch now, Doki Bry, kung paano nilagay ni Chris Rock yung context nun. Okay.
And the number four easiest way to get attention, number four, is to be a victim. He was like, ooh, where he going with this? Don't get me wrong. There's no victim shaming going on. No. No. There are real victims in this world. There are people that have gone through unspeakable trauma, and they need your love, they need your support, they need your care. But if everybody claims to be a victim, when the real victims need help, ain't nobody gonna be there to help them. Okay? And right now, we live in a world where the emergency room is filled up with paper cuts. Okay? Everybody trying to be a victim. People that know good and goddamn well they ain't victims. Like white men. When did white men become victims? White men actually think they losing the country. To who? It ain't us. When's the last time you got on a black cruise ship? Or flew on a black airline? Fuck out of here. We don't got no money. We got some vodkas and a couple of record companies. White men actually think they losing the country. Do you believe? Did you see the Capitol riots? White men trying to overthrow the government that they run. They're like, we got to get them out of office. Who? Us. So everybody trying to be a victim. Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Ah, seemed like a nice lady. Just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery? Hit the light skin lottery and still going on complaining. Acting all dumb like she don't know nothing. Going on Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google these. What the fuck is she talking about? She didn't know. It's the royal family. They invented colonialism. Invested in slavery like it was Shark Tank. They're so racist, they're so racist. Some of that she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. Because she's complaining. I'm like, what the is she talking about? No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby was going to be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know how brown the baby going to be. We check behind them ears. That's a scientific test. Because you got to see what kind of black child you going to get. Is this a Steph Curry baby? Or a Draymond Green baby? That Draymond baby going to have a hard life. I know what she going through. I know what Meghan Markle's going through. I know her dilemma. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. Oh, it's hard. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws. It's so hard. It's very hard. But it ain't as hard as a white girl trying to be accepted by her black in-laws. Now that is really hard. You bring a white girl home for Thanksgiving, your mama gonna say something. Your mama's like, why is there a social worker at the table? Like, mama, that's Jackie. We've been married 9 years. You got 3 grandchildren. Stop being so mean. You know I'm playing, right, Jackie? Just give me time, give me time.
Okay, Doc.
Yes, Doktora.
Okay, Doki. Go to the reaction. The worst part is yun nga, yung victimization. Yung, as Chris Rock said, there is nothing wrong in the social media to assist you or to give you help if you're really a victim. But the problem is a lot of people are using this victimization to create
Yung card.
attention. Yes. What can you say about Doki? I don't know if you're updated with royal family, yung katulad na minention niya si Meghan Markle.
Hindi na, pero kung based on what Chris Rock was talking about, parang pinag-usapan dito is parang gusto ata alamin ni Meghan Markle kung yung baby ba ay black or ano. And I think ito parang very racist para sa ibang tao. Which a matter of fact, parang hindi naman. I think hindi kasi talaga alam ng ibang tao ano talaga yung ibig sabihin ng racist at hindi racist eh. Alam mo yun, parang ang dami kasi yung definition, too broad, na dahil lahat ka ng tao ay balat sibuyas, tingin lang ang tao lahat parang, ay racist yan, ay bad yan, ay bad yun. So parang ang hirap tuloy magsalita ng totoo. And it all boils out of magiging masyadong politically correct. Well, as a matter of fact, na parang may mga bagay na talaga tayo hindi lang kaya i-accept as part of our flaws. Ano mo yun? Kaya siguro, we just try to, ano ba to? Sweep it under the rug para lang sana hindi na pag-usapan. Alam mo yun? They don't parang, there's a lot of problems that ayaw pag-usapan kasi masyado na lang iniisip na masyado siyang too much or magiging parang different yung opinion mo, magmumukha kang masama, maka-cancel ka dahil you're talking these kinds of topics. Pero kasi ang daming mga bagay na ano eh, sila rin mismo yung gumagawa ng problema. Actually, yung pagiging wokeness doesn't really solve anything eh. It just adds more confusion sa lahat ng bagay. You don't understand something pero nagko-complain ka. Alam mo yung ganun? Yung doktora. Pinapapilid ko.
Okay, for the mamaps and papaps, lalo na those who are Filipinos, and like you, Doc Bry, who is not updated on certain gossip internationally. The joke on Meghan Markle is that when she got married with Prince Harry, everybody was rejoicing, diba? Because she's actually the first black or has a race of being black with that married with a royal family who is very well known to be really all white. You know what I'm saying? And that, as Chris Rock said, history tells you that they are the original races, although they are not like that anymore. Mga mamaps and papaps, mga dokis, I have followed the story of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Because as a woman, minsan, you are curious about ano ba yung lifestyle ng mga royalty. Even Prince Diane, when I was young, di ba, I follow her because I'm a fan of Princess Diane. And then what happened is that initially people supported them when they decided to leave being an active royal member of the family so that according to them, they want privacy. And they want to live a normal life because Prince Harry claims na he got very traumatized when he was young because his mom died due to this paparazzi who are forever taking photos of them. Now, dun sa joke ni Chris Rock, it is about the interview of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry with Oprah Winfrey. And then she implied that there are conversations that people are asking what will be the color of the skin of the baby.
Fair baby.
And when they and then Oprah reacted, "What?" There was a heavy implication. Like for example, Meghan Markle said that there is a debate whether her children will have a prince or a princess title. But the thing is, all of the accusation of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry during the interview of Oprah Winfrey and their series of book, because I read the book, A Spare of Prince Harry, and also the book of Tom Brower, Revenge Okay? So I try to watch both things, and they even have a documentary on Netflix, the Meghan Markle and Harry. And majority of what they are trying to promote is for them to earn money at the expense of their family. So Prince
So that,
Harry, yeah, and that's why Doc Brian, if you want a shortcut of the story, the entire story, is you should watch South Park. It's an animation. They
I know
created,
South Park.
yes, they created the joke there that we want privacy, and yet they're going around the world, going on media, revealing everything else, including the first time Prince Harry had sex with when he was young. So initially, a lot of the Americans sided with them. And then as the years goes by, recently they have proclaimed they want the titles, but they don't want the work. It's like they want the cake and eat it too. They are proclaiming that the royal family are like this, like that. They got Prince Harry got traumatized, and now they are denying that they are accusing them of racism, but conscious bias. That's the term now. The wokeness, they are using different words in order to
Bias naman.
justify what they did. So you know what I'm trying to say? They are all using this to victimize themselves and earn
Yes.
money. Yon. So that's why I find it really funny on the way Chris Rock did it. And there's a lot of that also here as well in our country, Doki Bry. Yung you pretend to be victimized, and then in the end, it is really just about attention.
Oo, totoo. Meron ako magandang one word kasi parang in-invent ko lang to right now.
Sige, sige.
Victim monetization. Kasi nagkaka,
Correct.
di ba?
Correct.
Victim, so monetize mo.
Monetization.
Victim
Correct.
monetization.
Correct.
Yun
Correct.
lang. Diba?
Yeah.
Does it right? Is it right? Kasi
Yeah.
talaga talagang totoo. Actually, totoo yan. May kasi dati parang mga na-encounter na tayo na parang ako kasi parang there was a time in my life na hindi ko naiintindihan ano ba yung mental health issues, depression, anxiety, ganyan, ganyan. I didn't really understand it kasi parang it was just like a common, parang bang lahat na lang tao ginagamit to, parang siyang common cold na lahat na lang may ganito ako, bigayin ako, but they don't really understand what it is. So for me, as a person na hindi ko siya naiintindihan, it was a hard time for me na to identify, depressed pala itong tao to, ganyan. So parang, may mga tao kasi na parang they use this kaya as an advice, as an excuse for them to do things na mali. Ginagawa nila to hurt other people kasi they say na parang trauma sila ng ganyan, na trauma sila ng bata nila. But a matter of fact, they're just like, bad lang tayo ugali nila eh. And just like making excuses to make them feel na parang tama pa rin ginawa namin or ginajustify yung mali nila kahit talagang mali naman talaga. Ngayon, doktora.
Oh, actually, Doc, I totally agree with you, and I like your word, victim monetization. Kasi, like for example, sa akin if I will look at it at the local issue, yung issue ni Bong Navarro at saka ni, what is the name of the girl?
Cornea.
Yes, Denise Cornejo. Depending on who you are going to believe, sa akin kasi, yun yung ginawa ni Bong Navarro eh. Nagpa-victimization siya. And that's what happened on the 8 or 10 years ago when this came out, because unfortunately, the friends of Denise Cornejo used violence to get back to Bong Navarro. So Bong Navarro was able to become a victim instead of Dennis Cornejo. Now, during the time, of course, a lot of people believe that she wasn't raped and she's just using this to get money from him. Now, even partly ako myself a long time ago, you cannot help but think about it. Kasi nga, Vong Navarro, you can see him black and blue. Then he was such a big star
Ako
during
siya
that
matining
time.
idol.
Yes, yes. So, however, having said that, when all these things came out again, and it seems that Denise Cornejo continued the case, even if it wasn't being seen in the media, you will going to think if there is really a possibility that she got raped. Because yeah, that is also the point of Chris Rock. If everybody is shouting victim, 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 and you're not actually a victim, there will come a time that the actual victims, when they are asking already help, nobody will care anymore. Now, people will have a difficult time already to figure out if you are really a victim or not, because a lot of people are using this thing in order to get attention. Yun yun.
Yeah, pero alam mo yung parang children's storybook na The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Alam mo yun? Sobrang
Yes,
luma na nun.
yes.
Parang
Precisely.
ganun yun eh. Parang ganun.
Correct.
Parang ganun siya. So
Correct.
parang di ba yung the boy was crying na parang may wolf but wala man talagang wolf. And then when the real wolf came, namatay yung mga alaga niya kasi wala na naniniwala sa kanya. So para sa akin, ganun yung nangyayari to a point na
Correct.
parang yun nga, hindi na naka-identify ng mga tao ano yung totoo sa hindi. Kasi nga, everybody's using it as an excuse sa lahat ng bagay. Which is para sa akin, kawawa naman yung mga taga na nahihirapan. And for me, hindi siya joke. And let's not parang victimize ourselves. And parang magkaroon naman tayo ng konting balls if an accountability pag sa mga ganung bagay na if we make actions, we should be accountable and we should be parang tanggapin natin pa nagkamali tayo.
Just to finish, kasi syempre, there are so many who are idolizing Vong Navarro. Okay? My only point here is that it is good if you support your idol, but at the end of the day, you have to wait what is really the truth to come out, not under the judgment of social media or the public, but in the eyes of the court of law. Because personally, as a woman, I don't think anyone who will go through that years of expense, of trauma, of being bashed by majority of the people, and you also have money anyway, why you will have to file a case of rape. Kasi rape is such a
big word.
And it's not like that, Doki. It's like talagang violation. And majority of the time, people tend to blame you. Kasi rape is a private crime. Eh. Rarely there is an eyewitness because it is done privately. And the tendency is for the woman to prove that they are raped. The tendency is the other party to defend themselves. They will have to really insult every little thing you have as a woman. Like, for example, if you have a lot of boyfriend or if you sleep around, especially here in the Philippines, the culture is if you are promiscuous, if you wear sexy clothes and be provocative outside and you get raped, it's your fault. That's the problem here.
Sexy,
huh?
your fault.
What?
Pag ng sexy, ka, if you wear something provocative and you get raped, it's your fault. Which is wrong for me.
Correct. Which is very sad because there's no justification. There's no justification.
Yeah.
Mamaps, papaps, dokis, when I was young, I'm a very krong kind of a girl and I date a lot. And in all honesty, during my time, when you say no, the guy really respects, and it's not like that anymore. They get confused with the signal. Diba? Minsan nga, ako, honestly, I give mixed signal sometimes when I was young. But even in a very critical situation, okay? Pagka sinabi kong no, no. See? Kasi iba na talaga yung value ngayon. I don't know why. Uh, Ngayon kasi iba talaga. Hopefully, this victimization will not become a tool by many to get attention. Yun lang. Kasi nga, out of
Doktor,
the four, yung victimization is quite dangerous. Because when the
uh,
real victim comes out, paano na yun? 'Di ba? And speaking of not being a victim, especially sa mga dokis, di ba? You have to learn a skill and you have to visit DMD Center. Di ba, Doki?
so, doktora, kailangan talaga equip tayo at handa tayo sa lahat ng bagay. Through the help of DMD Center, you will be equipped and ready sa clinic mo sa kahit anong mangyari. Tama, doktora?
Yes. So do visit us, mga dokis, and we will be promoting our online courses of marketing on how you will get attention from, the mamas and
Ito doon.
papas to go to your clinic is by being excellent. And if you are excellent, you need to be able to promote that properly para you won't have to show your ASSS or be infamous or be a victim in order to promote your dental business. So try to
Oo.
enroll in our marketing workshop, and soon we will be promoting and making it available on a face-to-face workshop so that you will be able to know how to implement them. So Doc Brian,
Ah,
again, invite them to what to do on this video.
okay, first, like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell para update kayo sa lahat ng aming mga happenings dito. Right, doktora?
And good. Okay, ma'am, mamas and papas. Bye-bye.
Bye!